Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Duncan. Good morning. What are you looking for? What are you looking for? Yeah, that's your bowl. What are you looking for? What are you looking for? What's up, Zeke? Checking on Penelope and Duncan? Checking on them? Yeah? A good boy? Some water for Penelope? I don't have any ice blocks for you today. Zeke likes to eat the ice blocks when their water freezes and I take it and dump the ice blocks out. Zeke likes to grab them and run away with them. I think he's waiting. You chilling out, Penelope? Some fresh water? Some fresh water? Say good morning. Good morning. Good. Even though she has water left, she likes to drink fresh water out of the bowl. Usually I let her drink out of the pitcher, but lately I've just been pouring it in the bowl and then letting her drink out of it. Not thirsty? Hey girl, hey! My hands are wet, I don't want to get you all wet. Hey, good morning. Good morning, Penelope. Good morning, baby girl. Good morning. Good morning, Penelope. What do you want, Zeke? You want to say hi to Duncan? Come on. Come on. You want to say hi? Come on. Duncan. That's my Duncan. Come and say hi to Duncan. You don't want to say hi today? What? No. Get out of there. For some reason, Zeke likes to eat the poop. The rabbit poop. What's the matter, boy? What's the matter? Sometimes Zeke gets a little jealous. Especially if I'm talking to the rabbits. It's like, wait a minute, you're giving them all my love. Stay in your yard, Zeke. Alright, let's clean you guys up and get you guys some food. Even though you still have some. Alright, let's clean it up. Clean up this cage. Penelope has taken all of her bedding, her hay out of her cubby. And she put it outside her cubby. She put it outside her cubby, like all around the cage. I'm assuming she does that to keep warm, because I usually leave the cage, open so that the manure can drop through the cracks or whatever. But she has managed to cover all of the bottom of the cage with hay, which is probably just her way of keeping warm in there. So I always have to go in there and move it all around just so I can make sure that she's clean in there. But she keeps clean for the most part. It's Duncan that makes the mess. But he's been doing pretty good. And he has a new setup now. Let me show you guys what his little setup looks like. So he has this crate in here now, and basically it's just so that he can kind of cuddle with Penelope. The underneath is open, and I turned his crate around too so that he has more space there, and he likes to go on top of there too sometimes, but for the most part I always find him right in here. And he had a bunch of hay in there, but he was being lazy and he was pooping and peeing in this hay that was in here, so I didn't want him laying in it, so I took most of the hay out that he had in there. And he has since gone back to using his litter basket. But I don't want him laying in his litter, because he's a slob like that, and he will do that. He will poop and pee in this little crate, and he'll just lay in it. Ain't that right, Duncan? Little nasty. Little nasty. And she is just clean, clean, clean. She just always cleaning herself. Always clean, clean, clean. Look at her now. Usually she does that after I'm done petting her. I don't even think I've pet her. I mean, I rubbed her like in the face a little bit, but I didn't even pet her today yet. She's clean, clean, clean. That's all she does is clean. This one here, he is Mr. Slobby Pants. Huh, Duncan? Huh. I have been picking him up lately a lot more. She won't have any part of it. She will spaz out in a minute. But he'll let me pick him up for a little while and hold him. Just for a little while, and then he gets tired of it. So Duncan and Penelope are doing just fine. They are doing just fine. Just a little update on them. They are doing fine. Penelope is kind of like stretched out in the bottom of her cage. I have a light that I got for Christmas, and I forgot to bring it out here with me. Yes, she's probably trying to readjust all her hay after I just came in here and moved it all around. Well, I had to clean up, baby girl. I had to clean up there. Yeah. You looking at all the stuff I moved around in here? I had to clean it up. Yeah. Yep, so I started using those sour cream containers because when the water freezes, I can take it out of there and just knock the ice block out and then refill it. And it's been working really well. So, and then I just have it housed in another plastic container, and I got the idea from Adrian at Farmstead Smith. Sorry, baby girl. I got the idea from Adrian at Farmstead Smith. What I did was in the bottom of the housing container, I made some holes, and then I zip tied it to the wire holder, or whatever it is you want to call it, that I got the water in. So I made some holes in the bottom of the housing container, and then I zip tied that to secure it so that that won't move. And then I put the water dish inside of that. So with it being filled with water, they're not going to be able to just yank it out of there. And it's been working. So I haven't had any issues with water being flipped over or anything like that. So thank you, Adrian at Farmstead Smith. Alright guys, that's the little update for Penelope and Duncan. They are still doing very well. No changes really to report. Just pretty much maintaining the hutch, the enclosure that I made for the hutch is doing really well. It is holding up really well. I was originally going to go ahead and stake that the outer four posts, or whatever you want to call them, with some anchors, some earth anchors or whatever, but they were sold out at Menards, so I never made it back to see if they had them in stock or not. So I plan on really, you know, redoing this in the summer when it's not freezing outside. So at that time I'll probably revisit the idea. I got the suggestion from Kate at Wonderland Acres. She had a rabbit enclosure, like a shed type of something kind of like how I have here, like a canopy, and she did the same thing. So when it starts to get a little bit warmer and we are done getting snow, I will revisit the anchoring issue and also work on some more reinforcements for this enclosure. I want it to be a semi-permanent enclosure, so yeah, I have a lot of plans for the rabbitry, so I don't know if I'm going to move it around or what, but I have a lot of plans for the rabbitry in 2021, and including expansion. So that is another thing I have to consider, is being able to expand the rabbitry, which means I'm going to have to raise up these sides. Right now I have it, it's about, I don't know if you can tell, but it's only about maybe 4 feet high on the corners there, but that makes for a very like low canopy. So I don't know if you guys can tell, like I'm standing kind of like right under the middle pole, but like this is right here, so you can see how low it is, and I need that to be just a little bit higher. So those corners I need to bring up so that I can bring this part up. This was something I just kind of slapped together, so for what it's worth, I'm satisfied with it for right now. It was just something I slapped together, like I said, and I really forced it to be what it is, because the pieces did not even go together the way I put them together. So in the summer I will probably deconstruct this whole thing and then reconstruct it again and do it the way I really want it. And another thing I wanted to mention is her bucket is full again. Her rabbit manure bucket is full again. You guys can see that. His always misses the bucket because the worm bin is also underneath his cage, so a lot of his manure might go into the worm bin or even fall around down on the sides. But her bucket's full again, so it's kind of cold today and I don't feel like doing it, because I just don't feel like doing it. But I will have to harvest that manure. Right now I have this bag and it is almost full. And that's all rabbit manure. That was from 2 harvests out of Penelope's bucket. So Duncan's bucket I had the last time dumped into the compost, but his bucket will go in the bag as well. I think after the next harvest of her bucket and his bucket, that bag will be full, and then I'll start a new bag. That'll be the start of my supply of fertilizer for the garden. Woohoo! And then I'll start making the fertilizer tea, liquid fertilizer from that soon. So I will definitely bring you guys along for that. But that's about it for the rabbits. They're doing fine. So until next time, guys, the more you know, the more you grow. Bye, guys.